Stephen A. Smith, you crusty, dusty, long-faced, no good, trash bag, mudhole bitch. Who do you think you are to come for Miss Rihanna the way that you did? If it's one thing we gonna do, we gonna put some respect on Robin Rihanna Fenty's name, okay? Now, did y'all hear about what Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, said regarding Rihanna at the Super Bowl? Well, you better believe we're going to talk about it, okay? Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here or you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right below this video. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up button to like the video. That way, our video gets shared throughout the YouTube community and more people can find us. And last but not least, I want to hear from you. Join the conversation by commenting below, giving me your thoughts, opinions, reads, and everything in between, because I want to hear what you got to say about this story, okay? So let's start off with who Stephen A. Smith is. For those who don't know, he's a sports commentator. I didn't really know who this guy was before this happened. He's sort of irrelevant in my eyes. But in the sports world, people know him for talking about, football, whatever, basketball, whatever sports he's commentating on at the time. Now, he went on the Sherri Shepherd show. Sherri took Wendy's time slot last year. And now she's got her own talk show. And she had Stephen on the show. And she's interviewing Stephen and she's talking to him. And she asks him about the upcoming Super Bowl. Because, the Super Bowl is next month. It's right around the corner. And we all know that Rihanna is the headliner. So excited, can't wait. So Sherri says, how do you feel about the Super Bowl and Rihanna performing? And he has the nerve to say, that's great and all, but she's no Beyonce. Okay, who brought up Beyonce? The question was, how do you feel about Rihanna performing at the Super Bowl? So, are we just gonna have Beyonce perform every fucking year at the Super Bowl? No, that's gonna get boring. No shade to the Beehive. No shade to Beyonce. I love Beyonce. This is not a bash Beyonce video. She is talented. She is alluring. She is an enigma. She's fascinating. Beyonce, we all know she can dance, she can sing, she can do the whole 9 yards. But guess what? This is Rihanna's moment in time, okay? This is her moment. She's never performed at the Super Bowl. She's probably the biggest female musician in the world. I'm just going to say that. And the fact that you're even comparing the two says a lot about Rihanna's stature, because we all know a lot of people do put Beyonce at this huge pedestal, like she's the best of the best of the best. And if that's your opinion, great. But if you're always comparing Rihanna and putting her right next to her, what does that say about Rihanna? I don't hear y'all putting SZA next to Rihanna. I don't hear y'all putting Jhené Aiko next to Rihanna. Tinashe, Fantasia, any of the Nicki Minaj, any of the R&B, hip-hop, pop girls. Y'all never put nobody else beside Beyonce like you do Rihanna. It's always, well, what about, comparing the two. And when you think about it, they're two totally different artists. In music, in style, in personality, they're two totally different artists. But because they're both black women, and because they're both highly successful, you pit them against one another. Because you know what you were doing when you made that comment, Stephen. Because later, we'll get into, in a second, Stephen's apology. And now he backpedaled, pussy popped his way back into an apology when the Navy, Rihanna Navy, the fan base, and so all of social media came after his ass. Because this was uncalled for. Sherri didn't say, how do you feel about Rihanna performing? Would you rather have Beyonce? She didn't say that. She didn't ask any of that for you to come on there and say that. Now, Stephen went on air to his whatever little sports show that he does, and he addressed the controversy around his comments. And he said that it's ridiculous that he made headlines over his remarks on the Sherri Show Wednesday. And he said, this is controversy. All the stuff going on in the world, and I'm being accused of some black on black crime because I happen to like one artist more than the other. You can like another artist more than the other, but she was asking you about Rihanna in that moment. We don't hear y'all say, for instance, when the Weeknd did the Super Bowl, what, last year before last? Nobody was saying, well, why didn't we, I'd rather see Drake. I'd rather see Chris Brown. Y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't do that. Why is that? He said, I mean, you've got to be kidding me. Handcuff me now. Put it behind my damn back. Y'all got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. Now, Smith then reiterated his apology to Rihanna on Wednesday when he posted a 3-minute video to Twitter explaining that he did not intend to shade the singer. I apologize to Rihanna because this nonsense was not my intent, Smith said. It was all done in fun. Me debating with Sherri Shepherd in fun. Just having laughs. That's all. Rihanna's phenomenal. She's fantastic. It pissed me off. Well, it should piss you off. It should piss you off because it seems to be, we all know that there's always been this history in this past of people saying and comparing Rihanna and Beyonce to one another. So you knew what you were doing. And let me tell you what Steven really thought. He thought he ate. He thought he was pissing when Sherri said that to him and he said, well, she's no Beyonce. He thought he ate. He thought he ate that up and that the viewers were going to love it and say, yes, you're right, Steven. She is no Beyonce. You better tell him. You better tell him we want the queen. But it didn't work that way because people love Rihanna. No matter if you're a Beyonce fan or a Rihanna fan or a whoever fan, people love her. She's one of the most unproblematic celebrities out there. Think about it. Just hear me out for a second, y'all. You never hear headlines about Rihanna being a rude, nasty person. She's so sincere, genuine, and sweet to her fans in any encounter that I've seen online, and I've seen a lot of them. I'm a huge Rihanna fan, so I've been following her career since 2011 very closely, and she's always sweet and kind and humble to her fans. She comes from humble beginnings. She's very down to earth. You don't hear about her being nasty or snark or being just stuck up and snobby. You don't see her in fights with other people. You don't see scandals about her. You don't see her drunk falling out of the club with her pussy showing from under her dress. You don't see any of that. People love Rihanna because she seems like that relatable cousin that you've got, that when you show up to Thanksgiving, she's the cousin you're going to go out and smoke a blunt with before you eat your Thanksgiving dinner. That's Rihanna. And everybody loves her and everybody defends her. Think about it. You never see negative comments about Rihanna. I'm just going to be real. You don't. He said, I threw no hate nor any shade. There is no reason for this. Now you're playing victim. I apologize to Rihanna because of the nonsense that this has percolated into. She didn't ask to be in any of that. And I have to be more responsible than that because I didn't realize people would be so freaking idiotic. Sure you did. You knew what your comments were going to do. Stop playing victim. She didn't ask to be drug into any of this. Then why did you make the comment? You knew social media was going to go up into flames. You knew people were going to say something about it. It's almost like you did it on purpose to promote your show and to get people to talk about you, because without using a big name like Rihanna or Beyonce, who is Stephen A. Smith? You stand alone. You're really just a sports commentator, and you need to stick to that. Stay in the sports world and leave the pop culture music world alone, because that's what you're not. You're not a pop culture music commentator. If you want to be that, get you a YouTube and start you one of these and sit in this chair. And sit in this chair. And then you can start talking about that kind of shit. But right now, you're a sports commentator and you need to stay in your motherfucking lane. Now, in his apology video, Smith explained that he has a love for both singers, but he believes that, quote, Beyonce is the greater performer out there today. So there you go again. You try to apologize, but then you double back down and say, I'm sorry, but Beyonce is the greatest performer out there. I mean, is Beyonce the end-all, be-all? like, is there, like, okay, but we might as well just get rid of everybody else in music and just listen to Beyonce for the rest of the fucking time being on this earth. I mean, like, come on, dude. And if we really want to go there, if we really want to go there, let's look at #1 singles, okay? Let's look at #1 singles. Who has the most #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100? If you go and you look, the Beatles are #1. Mariah Carey is #2. Elvis is #3. And Rihanna is #4. #5 is Michael Jackson. So she surpassed Michael Jackson with more #1 singles. #6 is the Supremes. #7 is Madonna. #8 is Whitney Houston. #9 is Janet Jackson. And #10 is Stevie Wonder. Now, if you look at that list of numbers 1 through 10, every artist in that sector, other than Rihanna, is an artist who started in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. All of them started their career way before Rihanna did. And she's in that top 10. Not to compare her and Beyonce, but if we're going to go there, who has more #1 singles? Rihanna. Who is the highest paid, who is the richest female musician? Rihanna. Look at Savage Fenty, Savage Beauty, Fenty Skin. Not Savage Beauty, Fenty Beauty and Fenty Skin. Look at the empire that she's created when it comes to the beauty world. Did y'all know that Victoria's Secret don't even do the Victoria's Secret fashion shows anymore? Why? Because Savage Fenty came along and stole the motherfucking show. Don't nobody care about Victoria's Secret as much anymore. Now they going to buy Rihanna lingerie. Savage Fenty lingerie. Fenty Beauty has exploded. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, makeup brand in the world. When Fenty Beauty came on the scene, they released 40 shades of makeup. And then what happens? MAC and all these other makeup brands, they start releasing all these different shades. Rihanna is the blueprint. She is the girl that everybody wants to fucking be. Think about when you go to the club. When you go riding in the car and you listen. When you go to the club, you're going to hear a Rihanna song. She gets you up, moving, and dancing. The same person who can keep you dancing in an album and make you cry at the same time with a lullaby, or not a lullaby, a slow melodic song. I hate to have to even get on here and defend her like this, but it's like, y'all gonna put some respect on my girl's name. Y'all gonna put some, and I think what it is people aren't used to, they hold Beyonce so high. They hold her to this high standard. And then you got this other girl that Beyonce's husband found and created into this huge star. And they're like, oh, how dare we have this other woman come into place and try to overshadow Beyonce. She doesn't have to overshadow her. They can coexist in the same space and be, y'all would shit bricks if they went on tour together. The power that Beyonce and Rihanna could have if they went on tour together, baby. The fans would be shook and the haters would be really fucking shook. Or if they did a song together, even just doing a song, do a song together or go on tour together, do something to shut people down, Ree and B. I think y'all should both do something together that shuts these rumors down that y'all don't like each other, that y'all have problems with each other, because they don't. I don't think they even think about each other. They're both so busy with motherhood and their careers and their relationships. I don't think they think of each other like that. It's the fans and these people out here talking about it, like myself, who keep this shit going. Let's just be real. So, yeah, Stephen A. Smith, stick to what you do best. Running your mouth about sports. We don't want to hear what you got to say over here. You crusty, you dusty. Your time has passed. We don't care. You should have kept it to your motherfucking self. And you will be right there, I'm probably on the field, in the stands or right in front of your TV when the Super Bowl airs. The Fenty Bowl. Because we all tuning in to see Rihanna. Ain't nobody tuning in to see the Super Bowl. And you will be front and center, I'm sure, as a fan. And I guarantee you, if his ass runs into Rihanna, he's going to be like, oh my God, I love you so much. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Can I get a picture with you? Oh my God. You're tired. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel below if you're not subscribed yet. There's a button right below this video for you to do that. Also, click the thumbs up button to like this video because that's going to share the video throughout the YouTube community. Last but not least, let me know what you think about this scum bucket, Stephen A. Smith, shading our good girl Rihanna and comparing her to Beyonce with her performance coming up with the Super Bowl. How do you feel about what Stephen had to say regarding Rihanna's comments? Do you think that he was in the wrong and he should have just left this out? Or do you think he had every right to bring this up? He had every right to say what he had to say and that he was correct in what he had to say. I want to hear from you. Leave your thoughts, opinions, comments, and reads below. And I will see you soon on Damien After Dark. See ya.